What a do Zivo crew, we're here with another live stream for you guys. Today's another transfer news live stream. We're going to go in depth about some transfers. We're going to briefly discuss Tottenham and then what's happened in the Premier League the last couple of days. But let's roll the intro and we're going to be discussing a lot of transfers. So like the stream, subscribe if you're new. If you're watching a replay, comment down below right now, spam the comment sections, and if you're in the live, spam in the live chat now. Let's roll the intro and let's get into it. Let's go.
We fucking got him.
And we're back here with another live stream for you guys. Hope everyone's having a great day, night, wherever you guys are. Let's make sure to like the stream, smash the subscribe button if you're new as well. But today we're going to be discussing some transfer news. However, before we do, we're just going to discuss Tottenham for a little bit, have a brief kind of overall on that before we dive into the main transfer news. So, big ups to everyone who's just joined and came through. Let's get into it now. So we've had Tottenham 2, Chelsea 2. Everyone knows the scores. Everyone knows the game. Everyone watched it. I think just want to quickly come and kind of give an overall thoughts on the game. I think the game itself was a good game. I think there's nothing to sit here and kind of criticize. Like we can't sit here and say, "Oh yeah, like we can't sit here and kind of complain about the performance." The performance was okay. It wasn't exceptional, but it wasn't bad. We had control throughout the whole game. We controlled that game, especially the first half. The first half, we absolutely dominated this game. So I look at this score. I see it's 2-2, yeah, but we literally controlled 98% of that game, literally 98% of the game. So I'm proud of majority of the players on this pitch that did very well. While Loftus Cheek very good at right wing back, he did very well there. I think Sterling a bit harsh, giving him a 6.9. But he got the assist. Now I think that's a great assist. I think we look at it, and I would say that if that was Mount in that position, Mount would have shot the ball. And if I was Havertz in that position, Havertz would have just stalled it. He wouldn't have even passed it. So I actually, as basic as it seems, this is an assist that we do not see at Chelsea. We do not see it. If this again, I'll repeat myself. This was Mount in that situation where Sterling got a assist. Mount would have shot. If it was Havertz, Havertz wouldn't have done anything. It would just stood there. So I think assist from Sterling was quite good. It's something that he brings. Just basic football is best football. With a lot of these players, basic football is classified as bad football, especially in the fans. But we got Hassan here. We got Hassan. Says, "You're my man." Mendy ruined the clean sheet record we had with Spurs. Of course he did. But Mendy had good distributions. I'm not gonna sit here and blame him for those goals, but maybe he should have done a bit better. I thought Mendy. I thought our other keeper couldn't save long shots. I thought our other keeper couldn't come out for corners. But hey, I have an agenda. Well, concierge would be a smash like ones if you think enough. That absolute prick. I went off on the terrace. Terry had to tell me to stop swearing because I just went absolutely off. I was so upset. Even Sadiq's like, I really thought this agenda with him stopped. I thought it passed because we versed Leeds and Palace with him, and he was actually very good those games. I was like, all right, finally. People said, I think the fraud Matt J Ball, big up to him. He was like, he's not afraid. So he said that he is afraid of Taylor. I said, I'm not even that worried. I think the guy, I don't really care. I'm gonna look at his past, but I'm not gonna really dictate it. I should have looked at his past. I should have been worried, but definitely gonna be worrying now every time he referees us because it's an absolute disgrace. Like as I said, we should have won the game. We didn't, but the performance wasn't the worst. It was not the worst, but a lot of ifs, buts, and buts, man. I know 100%, but what can you do, man? But big up to Declare in the house as well. Yeah, it is a lot of bit, ifs and buts. What if Havertz scored? What if Sterling scored? What if Jorginho cleared the ball? Easy save for Kepa. But I think with that Jorginho goal, I'll just quickly brief on that quickly. That mistake, it was a bad mistake from him, but I won't give him the full blame because I think, we looked at that situation. I said, Cucurella, if he saw 4 players coming, I'm not going to blame Cucurella, but Cucurella should have cleared it. Jorginho should have cleared it as well. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he looked up, he saw no options. Instead of just clearing out, he put his head down and tried to take on a player, chip it. I don't know what the hell he was doing. But again, no one came and got angry at Kante when Kante did that against Real Madrid. No one came and got upset with him. No one, oh, why did he chip it? No one came and got angry at him there. But the fans absolutely come for Jorginho when it was just a game against Tottenham when it shouldn't have even been a goal. So, again, there's obviously some agendas there, but I'm not gonna sit here and praise, Jorginho for that. He didn't make a mistake, but he did well for 90% of the game. I think he was on for 73 minutes. He did very well for that 73 minutes. He controlled all the game. He actually pushed up a bit as well. He pushed up a bit. He did some forward plays as well, a couple of through balls, and I think overall he was good. How did Hodgberg get the man the match? What the hell? Wow, Koulibaly robbed, absolutely robbed. Quick Riley got 7 point. How did Holzberg didn't even? How many touches did he have? 56. I'm still Jorginho. How many touches did Jorginho have? 72. I didn't even see Holzberg have the ball. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't remember he was on that pitch before he scored. But it's good to see Son and Kuleveski was absolutely ghosted. That's something that we can look at and we can be proud of. That the second best attack in the Prem, we absolutely stood them up. They had no chance. They weren't even on that pitch. We absolutely shut them down. So a lot of positives from this game. I'm not going to look at it too badly, but definitely some points to take out from this game. Like usual, it's not a 10 out of 10 match, but there were some flaws, but it's all right. We can move on to we've got Leeds next, so yeah, but this is a game where we can sit here and we can definitely blame the referee for this one. I think we can easily sit here and we can go, yep, this is the referee's fault. He shouldn't have done this. However, we could have minorly had some more shots, but again, the referee was the main blame. We got Nippon in the house, big up to Nippon. Nippon was upset when I watched on when Nippon was not happy with Anthony Taylor there. We were all kind of cheering when Reece James scored, and then 5 minutes later that happened. So Anthony Taylor absolutely in the mud again. And Tuchel made a good quote. Tuchel said, he said, Tuchel cannot play or cannot coach the next game. However, Anthony Taylor can ref. And it is a fantastic quote, how these referees can just get away with any of it. I tell you right now, if this was at Anfield, if this was at Old Trafford, Emirates, fans would be going off. Anthony Taylor would be sacked by now, 100%. It's just the name Chelsea and Mike Dean, obviously in VAR. We can definitely look at him and go, why wasn't it even checked? What happened to VAR checks? Remember we used to have that little purple screen? What happened to that? We got Princeton in here, guys. Be able to everyone who just joined, guys. If you guys have just joined, do make sure to smash that like button. And yeah, let's get into transfer news, guys. Let's get into transfer news. I know everyone's already heard this. I just want to spend just 5 minutes, wait for everyone to get in here before we get to the transfer news. But first bit of news, guys, we got here is the Italian midfielder Cesar Casadei. Casadei has agreed personal term with Chelsea on a 6-year deal. Next official offer to be accepted, and this was from Fabrizio Romano. How old was this guy? I think it was 21. I've never watched this guy play. Never watched him play. I have no clue who he is. I don't even know what position he plays. I think he's a midfielder. I was just briefly looking. He's 19. Let me just quickly check. I checked it, but I forgot. Yeah, central midfield. He's 19. Yeah, he's young. He's very young, so that's fine. We're getting in a young player. That's fine. I'm not worried about this. This is for the future. I'm not going to sit here and complain about a transfer like this because this is for the future. We're spending, I think, 20 mil on him or 20 million euros, which is about 10 million pounds on him. So it's going to be a very, very cheap deal. I don't know how this guy plays. I don't know or what games he's even played in. Has he even played for? Did he even play for Inter this season? He just got in the team July 1st, 2022. So he played in the under 17s, 18 games, 10 goals, and he played in. Actually, I'll bring this up for you guys. He played in the Italian youth, and he got 22 goals. So he is a goal scorer. I'm guessing he's like a 10, more of an 8. So he's more of a 10. So again, this is something for the future. I want to hear everyone's thoughts and feelings. 20 people in here. Let's get to 20 likes right now, guys. Easily 20 likes, 100%. Right now, we got Fairboy in here. Big up to Fairboy. I hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. But yeah, I guess this is something that I'm not going to sit here and kind of complain too much about. It's a done deal. He's going to be coming in soon. That's fine with me. I mean, we'll come back to this. I want to get to the main topic because I really want to discuss this player. I really, really want to discuss this player. And then we'll come back to all that the little news and the updates. But we've got here. Chelsea are interested in Anthony Gordon's, and today have made a £40 million bid for the forward. Told the bid has been rejected. That was yesterday, and that's pretty much just after the Tottenham game. And then he has said here that Chelsea are continuing to work on Everton's Anthony Gordon despite £40 million being rejected. Gordon wants to join Chelsea. Now, this transfer, I'll be completely honest, this will be a horrible transfer. Absolute horrible transfer. I have no clue why we are going for a player like Gordon. Absolute no clue. He plays right wing. Great. We're getting rid of Ziyech. We're getting rid of Hudson-Odoi. So we replace him with a worse version of Hudson-Odoi, pretty much. It's shit versus garbage. We're getting rid of shit and then replacing him with the garbage. There's no point in going for a player like this. There's absolutely no point. And it's big money. We'll have to spend 50 million on him. Richarlison's a way better player, and I don't rate Richarlison, but Richarlison's a way better player than Gordon, and Richarlison was 60 mil. However, we're going to pay 10 mil less for a player who has worse stats than Kai Havertz, worse stats than Hudson-Odoi, guys, worse stats than Ziyech. This guy has horrible stats, and the only reason fans want him, the only reason people want him is because he presses. I don't give a fuck if he presses. This guy is not a goal scorer. This guy is not a creative player. I don't want him anywhere near this club. Now, we watched him against Everton when we played him last time. Yeah, he pressed. He I think on the flank. Actually, when we were on the watch long, he was on that flank 3 times. He got the ball. And what did he do? He just fucked it up. He was running on that right wing. He'll dribble down the wing and he'll fuck it up. Every single time. There's no point in getting a player who does not have an immediate effect in our club. Now, I know Declared, I was speaking to Declared about this in the chat before. Let's see what I know Declared said. Let's go Gordon. I know Declared's probably in for Gordon because I'm out for Gordon. Gordon is a very underrated player. I like him. He was the only Evertonian player was causing problems when he played against them. But the price tag is crazy. I think he's one of their better players. I'm going to agree with that. But it's the same thing with Richarlison. Fans didn't want Richarlison, but Richarlison was a way better player than Gordon. A way better player than Gordon. Frank is, I guess, not happy with this news. Javier says Gordon is better. Better than who? I'm not too sure. Oh, if you're saying Richarlison, mate, stats don't lie, mate. Stats don't lie. Man, how much do you really know about Gordon? I don't know too much about him, but I've watched him play. I watched him in a couple games this season, or when we versed us this season, and I watched him a couple last season with Richarlison. But I'm not this immediate fucking know-it-all in this guy. I don't know much about him, but all I know is he plays right wing. He's young. He's a presser, and so because apparently Tuchel wants it because he's a presser, and he scores no goals, and that doesn't assist. His stats are for an average 21-year-old, right? He's got stats like that we look at and we go, this needs work, right? It needs a lot of work. So why risk 50 million on a player who we're gonna hope that gets better? He scored 6 goals, right? And we're looking for a player that gets at least 15, 20, right? So what says him being in the Premier League for 2 seasons where he scored 4 goals, and now this season he hasn't scored yet, but 2 games, whatever. He scored 4 goals. We're going to instantly look at him and go, yep, this is a starter. We just bought Carney. We bought Carney, and we brought that other guy. Who was that one we bought? That Brighton one, and now we're going to buy that Inter Milan guy. They're good transfers because we bought them for cheap, and they're for the future. Now, Gordon, okay, personally, I don't rate the player, but if we're talking about another young player, Liao, Nkuku, fuck it, use Gordon. If we're going to buy these young guys, let's not do it right now because our attack were filled with young guys. Havertz, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, Werner. When we got them, they were all quite young, right? We had to use the leverage, give them time, give them adaptation. They had to get ready for the Premier League. Look at players like Sterling, Cucurella, Koulibaly. They've come in and they've instantly made an impact. That's what I want for my attack as well. I don't want this guy coming in and then 3 weeks later, he's still on 0 touches and we're like, oh, give him time. Give him time. I'm not going to sit here and do that. I want to sit here. I want to get a proven striker like Zaha, who's, again, scored on the weekend, who will come in and instantly score us goals. We don't need to sit here and say, oh, give him time because the guy's already used to it. So why go for a player who we have to give him time when we need immediate effect now. Because we have those players. We've got Pulisic, we've got Havertz, we've got Adoy. These players we're supposed to give time. Why add another player to it? Now, if he scored 30 goals at Everton, if he scored 20 goals at Everton, we can look at it differently. But he scored 4 goals in 34 games and 3 assists. Single digit numbers. So what shows me that he's going to come to our team and fix what we need most? A goal scorer. The price tag is too much. I'll repeat myself one more time. Carney, and Inter Milan guy we're getting, and then we've got that Brighton guy. These young players we're getting, they're cheap and they're made for the future. However, Gordan is a player for now. However, this guy has not proven himself to be a player for now. And I want a player who could come in and score goals immediately. Gordan overrated? 100%. It's 50 million. If Richarlison was 60 million and Richarlison's been doing, I don't rate Richarlison, but Richarlison was 60 million and has been doing decent, why would Gordan be 50 mil? Gordan is better on the right. Let's not be stat merchants, but hang on, don't we need a goal scorer? We need we need someone to put the ball at the back of the net. That's what we need, right? So why do we look at these stats and go, yeah, 4 goals is enough? We want Cho out. We want Ziyech out. We want Werner out. We want these players out because they don't finish. I'm all for not looking at stats. I'm all for eye watching, right? However, there are a factor to someone like Gordan because he's supposed to be a winger. He's supposed to create options. I get the exception to the rule was Rafinha. Rafinha scored. Actually, he had decent stats. He had 11 assists or something last season. He proved numbers. Gordan has shown no numbers at all. And I get he can run down the flank and then fuck it the pass up because we did that against Chelsea when he was running down the right wing flank a couple of times. But that's all you can do. You can run, and we had Timo Werner for that and press. We just got rid of Timo Werner, a useless presser. What's going to replace him with Gordan? Go back to the 13th minute of the Everton game. I wrote this down because I write notes these days because so I can get receipt. 13th minute. I was on Sadiq's watch along. Nip it if you're still here, you remember. And one of the one of the panelists was like, "Why aren't we pressing?" Right? And I said, "Why would we press like a headless chicken and waste our energies when we can hold a line and wait for either a mistake or a force from Tottenham?" 30 seconds later, Tottenham force a play and they make a mistake. It's not about pressing, and that's why I didn't mind a Ronaldo. And a Ziyech as well. Ronaldo and Ziyech, these are players who don't press. But if you watch them play, the way they press is very smart. They don't run around like Gordan and Werner, like headless chickens. And, run to the left, run to the right. No. Just hold a stagnant position and wait for a mistake or wait for them to force a press. If you got a defender and they've opened their play, because when you got the ball, you open your play. You got the centre back here and you have the left back all the way on the wing. You just run from the centre back to the left back and keep going up and down when they're just going to play it back. There's no point pressing like a headless chicken if you got a smart strategy to hold a press. And we did that on the weekend. We didn't run like headless chickens. We held a press. Obviously, there'll be that one player who can go and, can start chasing plays and putting pressure. But if you see one do it, you're not just going to let one guy do four or five plays. You're going to press up and hold a line. And Gordan, just because he presses, doesn't mean he's an instant transfer to us. I don't give a fuck if he presses. I don't want to press in this team. We don't need a fucking presser. Exactly. And you said it correctly. He runs into dead ends. He does that. Actually, I know Everton fan. I'm gonna actually get it from Everton fans. See what they think of Gordan. That's a good analogy. Just wait and see. Tuchel's a vision. Let him see through it. I'm not gonna lie. I did say, and I did say whoever Tuchel brings, I'll back. But I'm sorry, I'm not gonna back this player for the price. I'm not gonna back this guy for the play. I'll back Fofana, even though he's too much. But that guy's a proven player. What's the point of this guy? Like, if this guy was 10 mil, fuck it, bring him in. I don't care. But and he was for the future, bring him in. Whatever, I don't care. But we need someone now. And I'm not gonna go spend 50 million and then rule out a Zaha or an Ivan Toney. Why don't we go pay 40 million for Ivan Toney? He just fucking scored last week. He's scoring goals left, right, center. He assisted 2 last week. He's been scoring and assisting. Why don't we go for him instead we're going for a fucking presser? But why would we get a what? Why? How would he be able to play right wing back? I think Jess has said this, but I wouldn't go for someone so they can fill in right wing back too. I don't care. I want an attacker. I get it if he was in spots, but if he doesn't do the job, then why get him? Has he ever played right wing back? If we're gonna right wing back, we should be going for a Walker Peters. 100%. I've no clue. I mean, what he was alright against Liverpool yesterday, but I've never watched him play. I've never looked at him and gone, yeah, this guy's a good player. I don't know. The important goal in the long term would be also compete. The important goal in the long term goal with also being competitive at this moment. As I said, if we land Zaha and we land or Aubameyang, then we can go out for these players. I don't care. But this will then block all these other spots. Timo Werner was a proven striker and didn't work out. Before we get young players to learn. Timo Werner was a proven striker in a different league. That's the difference. Bundesliga attacks. If, as I said, if Gordan had 15 goals to his name this season, or in general 15 goals, because I don't think guys ever scored a goal. If he had numbers to back up his claims, I would be all for him. But he scored 4 goals. Let me bring you guys up. I'll bring it up to you because I always say eye test is always important. However, stats give an interpretation to the meaning. So you look at the stats, you go, okay, he scored 4 goals. All right. Let's not judge him there, but let's look at that and reflect on how that could work. 4 goals when we need a goal scorer is a bad stat. It's a very bad stat. Let's bring this up. 4, 6, what is it? It's on those single fucking digits. 41 people, guys. Let's like the stream as well. Yeah, 4 goals. 35 games in the Premier League. 4 goals, 2 assists. We need creators and we need goal scorers. How is this going to fix our problems, guys? Come on. You guys don't want Zaha because he's old, but Zaha has proven goals. He can score goals. Timo Werner is a different story as well. Timo Werner was from a different league as well. I already read that. Fuck. We had a pressing forward and a goal scoring forward, and none fit into Tuchel's system. So how would Gordan fit Tuchel's system then? Pulisic and Ziyech are rumored to be leaving. But why would he? Well, again, we are replacing shit with garbage. There's no upgrade to this whatsoever. Build our numbers. How? How would he build our numbers in goals and assists? 4 goals, 2 assists in 35 Premier League games. If this was Timo Werner, Hudson-Odoi has these stats, and we want him out of the club. Why would we replace him with? Oh my god, I don't get it. I don't get it. This guy has a similar positioning to Hudson-Odoi, has the same stats as Hudson-Odoi. However, we want to replace him for Hudson-Odoi. We're replacing Hudson-Odoi with Hudson-Odoi. There's no difference to this whatsoever. Hudson-Odoi cannot play right wing back, so we go get a Gordan to hopefully fill in the right wing back spot. It doesn't make sense. I get that, but then why didn't Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi work out? They're supposed to be wingers, but if Gordan's never played wing back. If we're gonna get him for right wing back, scrap this fucking idea and go for Kyle Walker Peters. Scrap it. Or go, you know what? I didn't even want Adama Traore. Go for Adama Traore. Go for Al Nouri from Wolves. Go for these guys. Max Aarons. I don't care. But don't go for a winger and then we slot him in at wing back. Young and talented, guys. What talent is in 4 goals and 2 assists, guys? Come on, guys. Tuchel wants Gordan. We have to back him. I said at the start of the season, but I'm sorry. I will not back this player if he comes in. I'm sorry. I'll respect Tuchel's decision because he's the manager, but I'm gonna have my opinion on it, and I'm gonna sit and say I do not respect the decision. He's entitlement to go for whoever he wants. I don't see this as a Tuchel player. How is this a Tuchel player? It does not Aubameyang, Zaha. Those are Tuchel players because they're goal scorers and they can create. Oh, sorry, Zaha is the one who can create. Aubameyang is a goal scorer. Zaha can do both. How does this fit a Tuchel? The guy's never played right wing back. The guy's played wing and he's fucking shit there. So what talent does he show? I genuinely don't get it, guys. I don't get it. So, but declared, what's the point for Gordon? All right, let's start from ground zero, guys. What's the point for Anthony Gordon? What's the point? I will look at it and I'll go, the guy's a winger. He's never played right wing back. He'll play winger. Okay. As my winger, you got to create 2 assists. All right. Score 4 goals. The way he plays, he just runs on the wing. He's literally a winger version of Timo Werner. He just runs to the wing, dead ball. You sure when he versus us guys, you'll see him get a good ball to the wing, and you'll just see him drive. Actually, I watched the Everton Villa game, and I saw the exact same thing when he was playing. That you get the ball, he'll drive it down the wing, and then he'll cross it into no one, or he'll cross it and he'll go for a corner. One time he stuffed out that touch. Like, he's not a good winger to then go spend 50 mil for. Too hard to play 24 minutes of proven and also has worked. Age is not only factor for the striker because there's no other. But why? But again, there are other options. We can go for Aubameyang, Zaha. This guy should not be anywhere near our club. I'm telling you guys right now. Why don't we go for, if you want a winger, who at least can score goals as a winger in the Premier? I don't even know Premier League winger. Neto, go for Neto at least. Like, go spend use this money and go spend 40 million for Ivan Toney, Pedro Neto, fucking Wilfred Zaha, Kyle Walker Peters. Don't spend this fucking money on a player who's under Lampard, and hope you can thrive under Lampard. Who cares? We don't care. Let him stay there and leave him there because he should not be wearing a Chelsea shirt. He looks good in an Everton shirt, but Zaha got his job done. Zaha got his job done. He got the goal. But as again last night, he can still create. He can still score. He scores goals. But again, declared. It goes back to my point. Carney is here for the long term. Carney's not going to come and play game week 3. Carney's not going to come and play game week 6. He's going to come in and play in 3-4 years. Gordan is going to come and he's going to start next game. Because we have no other options there. Carney's got a midfield where he's going to develop. If Gordan comes in as a developing player for a cheaper price, I don't really give a fuck. But I want us to go get a player for right now. He's not a player that comes in right now. Has at 25 has 5 times the minutes and only 7 goals. But Kyle Walker Peters is for right wing back. He's not supposed to score goals. But he's played right wing back. Kyle Walker Peters has played right wing back. Gordon's never stepped foot in a right wing back position. He plays right wing. If we're so desperate for a striker, I think we should play Reece as a. Big up to Matthew Lee, Benjamin. Big ups to you. But actually, you're right, mate. He's a better striker than half our players now. No, I am going to go off stats because he's a winger. A winger, if we look at a striker and we go, let's look at his stats. We look at a winger, we go, let's look at his stats. Attackers, you can look at their stats and you can look at how they have developed in those games. How have you developed over the years? Okay, well, he's only played a couple of seasons, and that season he's only scored 4 goals. Richarlison playing that same team and scored much more goals. And they're both valued at pretty much the same price. 50, 60 million. But I am going to look at how he plays. And I said I watched the 2 games he played this season, actually. I watched him Aston Villa, and I watched the whole 90 minutes of him against us. He posed no threat to me whatsoever. I said, oh, this guy can be probably good first 5 minutes. Oh, he has some good runs. But he gets the ball and he then fucks it up. It's literally another version of Timo Werner. Expand how it's good for Chelsea, but big up to you, Ada. I read somewhere that he's considered as a backup for Reece James. But why go for a backup when he doesn't even play in that position? Go spend that money on a Walker Peters and a Dama Traore. Go spend on someone who knows how to at least play the position. Let's go to the basic. Let's go to the basic of football and go to players who can play that position and not force someone to play in a position that they're not meant to play. No. Oh my god, guys. Attackers. Some midfielders. Fucking hell, it's the difference. For EPL, for 21-year-old improvement is there, and we can't lose. Tuchel will buy Aubameyang anyway. Tuchel buy young players to build his young team for years. I'm all for young players, but this guy is not a good player. And why would we get a player who can't play in the position that we need? You guys said Gordon's going to come in and Gordon's going to play right wing back, right? but he's never played right wing back to begin with. So what says he's going to come and instantly improve our team? You said that you would rather have Walker Peters and Chukwuemeka in the first team. I never said Chukwuemeka in the first team, but he doesn't even play. You said you would rather have Kyle Walker Peters. Yes, Chukwuemeka is in the first team, and so will Gordan. What? But again, Chukwuemeka's not here to instantly make an impact declared. Like, he's not going to come in and instantly and carry our team. Like, we're still going for another midfielder, despite him being here. However, we're going to get Anthony Gordan, and he'll come play game week 3 because he's our only option there. If we're going to go for a wing back, go for Kyle Walker-Peters. Go for players who have at least played in that position. If we want a goal scorer, don't even look this guy's way. Get a striker too. But why spend 40 million for a play? Like, I'm not even I'm considering the price, yes, but I'm also considering the way he comes in, right? He comes in for 40 million. He's not going to even be playing, as you said. For me, you have to be playing, and he's not worth the 40 million. Gordan's not what we need. It's nothing. It's not what we need right now. We don't need someone who has 6 goals. He will play right. Okay, so Jay says, I personally believe he'll play right wing back. He will cover RSC. He'll probably be third choice. So he'll play right wing, right, instead of Mason Mount. He'll be Mason Mount's backup. For that, I would rather go spend Wilfried Zaha. Pop Wilfried Zaha on the right wing. Easily. Right wing back. Loftus-Cheek. You said Loftus-Cheek. Go buy Walker Peters, who can instantly take over both players. Isn't he? So then why spend money on him then? Why spend big money on him for them? I get it's for the future, but I will go spend on other youngsters. I will go spend on Liao. I still declared, you know this declared, and I said I wouldn't go spend big money on attackers without a director of football this summer. Because I want us to develop more options next summer. If you know what I mean. So I want to see more youngsters because I don't see a lot of attackers who are young that can make an impact for us in the future. Liao, maybe. I don't see Kuku, and I don't see Anthony Gordan. I want us to wait and hold from buying young players until next summer because I want to see more options. That's why I would rather an experienced player, Ivan Toney, Aubameyang, Wilfried Zaha, who are players who can instantly make an impact for us in the short term. Then when we have the short term, like Wilfried Zaha, we can then look at more options next summer and look at brand new options because these options, for me, aren't good enough. But in both games, he did the same thing. But you're right. I haven't watched a lot of Gordan, but I've seen those 2 games. I'm going to dictate how I view those 2 games. And I'm going to dictate those stats as well. Why spend big on Fofana, Solina? Solina. Is that the... Oh, the keeper. Yeah, I was wondering who the fuck that was. Because Solina, again, is 18. We bought him for pennies, 20 mil. Kani is for the future as well. And he's not going to be having instant impact now. And Fofana is a proven player. Gordan's not that player. Gordan is not that player to come in right now because he'll come in and declare. You say it's for the future, but he will be playing now because we don't have a right wing. If we get him, and we get Zaha, and we get Aubameyang, or say we get him and we still go for more players, I don't even care because the guy's Gordan for me is a bad player. He's not a good player. He's something that we don't need. And actually, we spoke about this on QNTV. I don't know if you were there, declared, but we were discussing Gordan and Richarlison. And actually, Blue Eyes. And as me, Blue Eyes, Kasim, I swear you were there, declared. But it was just the day Richarlison joined Tottenham. And we're discussing it. And Kasim actually brought up Gordan. And I said, how would he be using our team? I know he's a winger. And even Kasim said that he doesn't rate Gordan, but he rates Richarlison because Gordan is a talent that reminds him of Timo Werner. And I'm going to message Kasim about that to get up his thoughts. But I remember that we discussed Anthony Gordan as other options for us, and we all declined it. Bit of Varnish said he bought the home kit. Ah, good choice, man. I'm gonna buy the away or third kit. All kind of shit kits. But again, Selena's at least Selena has proved himself in a league. I don't care if it's the MLS. It's a shit league. Yes, it's a shit league, but he's at least proved himself to be spent that money, and it's 20 million. We're spending 40 million on a player who has not shown anything, guys. Remember, if this guy's shown any talent, we can have a whole nother different perspective. But what has this guy shown, guys? I'm telling you right now, guys. What has this guy shown? This calls for a
He don't got a clue in the fucking world.
See again. I don't know who that is. Anthony Gordon's keen on making the switch to Chelsea summer who could up. So we're gonna up their bid or offer several fringe players in that deal. If we could do this Batshuayi and shit, maybe, but still, he's not versatile to play up front. Yes, he is. He can play striker and wing. Again, Zaha has done more than Gordon this season, and he's the one who's been carrying Palace for years. Tuchel knows better. Sign him. He can be cover under fearing Chelsea forwards. But again, it's not proper cover though. It's not proper depth. It's just throwing a player. As I say, guys, it's replacing Hudson-Odoi with Hudson-Odoi. It's the white Hudson-Odoi. We're replacing Hudson-Odoi with a white Hudson-Odoi. It's nothing special. Nothing special. Let's go and replace him with a Zaha. Let's go replace him with someone who's shown quality, who has shown they can make a difference. What has he shown, guys? No one's answered my question. What has he shown? I don't care if he's keen to join. Everyone should be keen to join Chelsea, one of the biggest clubs in the world. And obviously, playing under Frank, he probably wants to leave as well. Zaha is not good enough for Chelsea. He's scored more goals than Havertz and Werner last season combined. And you tell me he's not good enough for Chelsea. But somehow Havertz is. What's wrong with? But because we can sit here and say if buts and hows. Declared, you were just mocking me before. I was saying if buts and hows, right? But how do we know Gordan will show any talent? That's an if. That's a how. That's an inshallah. We're signing this player and we're saying inshallah he becomes better. Because he's shown absolutely nothing. Absolutely, he's 21, guys. He's shown absolutely nothing. And guys, this is an attacker as well. You guys know we've had a lot of bad threat with our recent attackers. That's why I'm not risking. If the last 4 attackers we bought have been young and been very expensive, shouldn't we go for some experienced players first? I want players like Cucurella and Koulibaly and Sterling who come in and instantly make impact. I don't want a Gordan. I don't want someone who I'm going to be saying and sitting here, give the guy time. I don't want to say that. Ezzy's injury prone. But I wouldn't mind him though either. Gordan has shown more than Chukwuma and Selena. You should have watched more than 2 games. You're also throwing money at the Interplay. Yeah, again, but these guys are 19, 20, who are coming in for the future. I understand Gordan is for the future. I understand he's for the future, but it's not something we need to be focusing on right now. He's coming in for an attack. He's coming in for the attack, right? Why go for an attacker who hasn't proved himself whatsoever? What has he proven to say, yep, I'm going to go spend 40 million? Selena, I can look at. He's done very well in MLS. We went and bought him and look, we kept him on loan there because, we want him to develop. So he's a developing player. Carney, he's here to develop. He played in the under-21s. He's going to be playing in the under-21s. He's going to be like a Harvey Vale. Play in the academy, come when we need him, right? These players are not here to come in the first team and instantly make an impact, right? Neither is Gordan, as people are saying. But if we're going to spend 50 million, guys, not even 40, 50 million, because they rejected 40 million, it's going to be 50 million pounds. I expect the guy to come and be in the first team and make a difference. I'm not going to spend 50 million pounds on a player to then come and make a difference in fucking 6 years. No. Yeah, he is. He is a baller, but he's not ready yet. He has to develop first. Right? Gordan can develop like in 2 years and we can come, he might score a lot of goals this season and he might have a turnover season now, right? But that's an if, right? And then there's an if he comes in and he performs in our team. There's no certains. I know certain that Zaha will come in our team and make an impact on a higher chance than Gordan because Zaha has scored a lot of goals in the Premier League, the same league we're playing in, and he's done it individually. Passion. Guys, I like passion merchants, but come on, guys. I'm trying to tell you, our transfer targets are showing you that we are going for young talents for the future. Okay, all right. Let's commonly agree, right? Anthony Gordan is for the future, right? It's for the future. So if we go for Gordan, right, as a right winger, right, 50 million, he's for the future, but he starts in our first team now, right? Havertz was for the future. Pulisic was for the future. Hudson-Odoi was for the future, right? How are you telling me that Gordon's going to come in and he's going to go play in a secondary team? He's going to come in and he will be in our first squad, right? There's no point paying for a 50 million player to sit on the bench, in my opinion. I wouldn't go for a Gordon. There's no use for this guy whatsoever. As I said, if we want a right wing back, Walker Peters. We want a winger, Wilfred Zaha. Much better options. Much better options than a guy who scored 4 goals. Gordon was good. I don't know how 4 goals and 2 assists shows he was good as an attacker, but Scouts are gonna score an L against Liverpool. See, what makes you think he'll be any different with us? But he succeeded very highly at Palace. It makes no sense. What? That makes absolutely no sense. He did very well at Palace for the last years. For the last 4 years he's been there? Very well. And last season, he scored more goals than Havertz and Werner combined. Like, he's 30. Yes, I agree. That's why we don't give him a 4-year contract. We give him a 2-year contract. So whoever has to say. So comfortable? That's alright. I don't even know what. The home one, I only bought the 2019 home one, which I shouldn't have bought. 2021, sorry. Yeah, that was a shit kit. Similar one to that one. Our first squad is 26 players. Everyone is getting game time. Chilwell is 50 mil, and he is on our bench now. Good point there. But we bought a replacement for him, and he had a major injury. So, you can't sit here and say, if Chilwell never got injured, he would still be on that pitch right now. He will. He will. But yeah, everyone will get game time. But again, there's no point giving this guy game time. Wait, why? Again, I don't know why would we go and get Gordan to play right wing back. Why declared? Why would we go and get Anthony Gordan, who is a right winger, to play right wing back when he's never played that before? Rather, we can go for a Kyle Walker Peters, who has played right wing back and is good at it. Calm down. Overreacting. Gordan is good in my opinion. Wow, from Geordie. Divoy, remember, Reece James always has Zaha in his pocket anytime he plays. Zaha is no different from Pulisic. Well, they are very different players because Zaha scored 15 goals last season. And the reason Zaha got pocketed by Reece James is because Reece James is the best right back in the world. If you're going to be against Reece James, of course you're going to get pocketed. He's the best right wing back in the world. Yeah, again, midfield is priority. Again, we're stopping. It's a stopping stone or something. I don't know the analogy, but it's a stop block because we're going for a Gordan now. But again, De Jong will only happen if he leaves Barca. But let's Gordan Zaha's not versatile for Tuchel's system. We would be Link for what he is very good for Tuchel's system. He can play striker and right mid and right wing, wherever the hell we play that position. Yeah, who? Guys, let's like the stream, guys. We got 50 people in here, and we've only got 28 likes. Let's get to 50 likes easily, guys. Why am I getting old tweets? Give me the new ones. Just seeing some fab news. Big up to Reggae. Big up to you, mate. Hope you are well. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on Anthony Gordan. We made a massive mistake. Yeah, I mean we did. I never I didn't mind the player. I remember I said, if he comes, it'll be a great signing. But I never knew he was going to do this much at Arsenal. I really was not expecting it. I'll be honest. There's no new Fab news. I'm not sure what the other one was about. But yeah, we really missed out on what's it call it, that guy, Jesus. All right, we got other news here. We'll quickly fly through this. Chelsea have reportedly started contract discussions with Thomas Tuchel. Great news. I don't know when his contract ended. I'm not too sure. I think it was 2024 we signed him to. But we're looking for an extension. Obviously, well deserved. The people wanting him out, Kasim. I think yesterday he showed a lot of passion, for Chelsea, and it shows he really loves his club. And I'm all for him staying, 100%. Ziyech remains a priority for Ten Hag. Manchester United are more attentive to its coach on the subject. The board are ready to move forward if Chelsea valuation isn't too much. Now, Ziyech to United, don't mind it. But again, we are selling to a rival. However, it's not a player who, I don't know, because he never fit the Premier League. I'm sitting here and saying, should I sell Hakim Ziyech to a rival? If this was Timo Werner, yes, I would, because Timo Werner's garbage. But Ziyech, I wouldn't sell. I wouldn't sell to a rival. But if we can get good money, fine. Fofana is becoming frustrated at Leicester. Feels he's being priced out of his dream move for Chelsea. Unhappy the club wants more than 80 million Maguire fee. That's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Chelsea are already in the race for Frankie de Jong and will try until the very end. Good news, because we do want to keep trying, because we don't want to stop now, because then we won't get the play up. But Batshuayi could be used as part of the Gordan deal as well. That's what we're hearing from the Sun. I'm not too sure how true that one is. Where has Kassim been? He's in Egypt for 3 weeks. I think he'll come back end of August. I think he left last week. I think the Everton. When did we play Everton? That Saturday. I think it's been about 2 weeks. I think he'll be back in 2 more weeks. Yeah. AB says, I think Gordon's better than Cho, 100%. But again, it's shit versus garbage. We're getting rid of Cho, who's shit, and replacing him with garbage, Gordan. Like, they're both the same player. Like, none of them are special players. 100% facts. So the update of Fofana is that he is unhappy at Leicester. He wants to get out of Leicester, but Leicester aren't letting him go. They want a higher fee than 80 million, which is embarrassing. It's an embarrassing amount of fee. I don't think. I'm not sure if we will go for that bid, but they are asking for more than 80 million, which is embarrassing, because the player does not want to be there. Yeah, again, I think there'll be a lot of different opinions on this. I wouldn't mind, but I don't want us to bite us, but doesn't really matter. If you get a good fee for it, I guess. But yeah, again, guys, what's the poll saying? The poll says 65% says yes to Gordan as a good signing, 35% no. If you voted for yes, give me a reason why, guys. Why do you guys want Anthony Gordan, a guy who scored 4 goals and 2 assists? What do you guys see in him, and what position do you want him to play? Because again, we've got a lot of different opinions on which position. If he comes, for me, his position will be right wing, and he can't play right wing. So there's no point in getting him. If he comes right wing back, there's no point in playing him, because he's never played that position. So I would go for other players. I think there's just a lot of different alternatives to this situation. There's not a lot of youngsters on the market right now, hence why I would wait to go for another elite attacker next season. What's this replay? It's the Havertz miss. How old is he? 21. Why do you think Anthony Gordan is garbage? Well, he's only scored 4 goals in 35 games, and he's a winger with 2 assists. I wouldn't, sit here and say, as I said at the start of the stream, I don't know the player too much, but I watched both games this season against Chelsea, and I watched a lot of the Aston Villa game. And in both games, he did the same thing, where he got the ball from the wing and just drived it. And when he, had the ball, he didn't do anything with it. He kind of, I'm not gonna say that player, but he does remind me of a Werner, pretty much. Ziyech scored more. Hudson-Odoi has scored more. The players that we want out have scored more than this guy. However, we want to get this guy because he's had a couple of good runs or he presses. I don't get it. I do not get it. But why would you take Gordan, who pretty much has shown the same levels as Cho? Because Cho's the same age, guys. Cho's 21 as well. Right? He's shown the same sort of performances that Cho has had. And we're getting rid of Cho for a reason because he hasn't proved himself. So why would we go for that same player? Again, Everton is a team where you have a lot of individual freedom. And I would say, you see him on those wings a lot because, he likes the open space. We don't really play through ball or over top. We play a lot of possession games, So if Tuchel wants him, fine, whatever. I always respect Tuchel's decisions, but personally, I wouldn't like to respect the player. Again, but we can look at. I've always said this, and I keep this consistent every single time. If you're a player and you play in a bad team, however, you shine in that team, that just shows you're a better player. You are a better individual player than the team. Look at Wilfred Zaha. He's in a bad team, but he's banging goals left, right, center. Ivan Toney, bad team, bang goals left, right, center. Again, if you're a better individual, if you individually play better than the team that you're in and that's classified as bad, then you're a good player. But if you're in a bad team and you're playing as a bad player, then what leverage are we going to give on that? Tuchel doesn't want a number 9. Look at Muslia Bayan scoring goals. I mean, I don't think he even knows what he wants, to be honest, at this point. Up there, Bernardo Silva, nothing new. I've never seen anything of Bernardo Silva. To Barcelona, if that's what you're on about. Bad team, but they're not. But they're not a top 16. Like they're a top 10 team. I thought, but Everton's supposed to be a better team than Palace. Hang on, Everton's is classified as a better team than Palace, right? Last 2 seasons doesn't change anything for Everton. They're normally was 8th, sometimes 7th, 9th. Palace are normally 12th, 11th, 10th, right? Now they're both bad teams, but they're not one. I wouldn't say Palace is probably a good team. Say at least, obviously they're a good team in the Premier League, but if you compare it to Chelsea, Arsenal, and all that, they're not a top 6 team. I think Zaha should be top priority. Again, we should be getting players who have proven they can score goals. I'm not gonna go for a player and hope they can score goals when they come in. The people who want Gordan are wanting him and hope he becomes good, rather than going for players and knowing they will become good. Because youngsters, it's a hit or miss with youngsters, right? But we need someone now, guys. Now. It's just, and again, the price is just even adds to it more. The price is an even bigger add-on. 45 to 50 mil for the guy is a lot of money. It's too much money. We got Tobago in the house. Pick up the Tobago, guys. Guys, we got 60 in here with 33 likes. Let's get to 50 likes, guys, right now. Guys, do about 7 minutes before I wrap up. So give me you guys your final thoughts before we leave on Anthony Gordan. If anyone's got final thoughts, everyone already knows. I do not want Anthony Gordan anywhere near the club. I think he should be staying at Everton under Lampard. Let him play there. He doesn't look good in a Chelsea shirt. There's no point going for a player spending 45 million for them hopes he can do well. And again, fans are giving him 2 different positions. Someone saying right wing, someone saying right wing back. I want someone and instantly know they can be set on where they want to play. And Darwin Núñez yesterday, I'm just looking at the clip. Darwin Núñez, I told you guys, the guy's a flop before I even joined. This guy, I remember. I know Andrew was there. Winter Surfer was there. I remember. I don't know what streamer one, but I remember someone said the name Darwin Núñez, and we both said that it's just another name everyone loves to throw in there, right? And I always said Darwin Núñez, 100 million. He's going to be the biggest flop of the Premier League. This guy cannot play football. He's a Portuguese Timo Werner, he's from Uruguay. So, but You've played in the Portuguese league, so I was like, this guy is not going to be anything special. He's coming in, guys. This guy is rubbish, guys. He thinks he's him, man. He thinks he's him, but he ain't. Um, yeah, see that guys. Yes, smash the like buttons. Gordan will do well. Explain to me why Gordan will do well. Why do you think Tuchel wants Anthony Gordon? But does he really? Does he really want Anthony Gordon? Again, guys, I don't think Fab or David Ornstein has not really said anything about this, guys. I don't think has David Ornstein. I think David said something. Well, some breaking news now, guys. We've got breaking news, guys. Guys, smash the like button, guys. We do have some breaking news right now on Anthony Gordon. It does say Everton have reached a formal bid from Chelsea, around 40 to 45 for Anthony Gordon from Chelsea. However, the club remains uninterested in selling. Thank God. Thank God. But as I said, I don't think David Ornstein or um have a report on this. Let me just double check quickly. Yeah, so David Ornstein has not said anything about Gordon, and Fab has not either. It's looking like a one-sided story, guys. Not gonna lie, nothing really from the big journalists coming out. So again, this could be just something that honestly for me, I don't think the guy comes anywhere near close to joining. Uh, Joy D Boy says we should have signed Anderson. Again, Anderson played one good game, guys. He did have Nunez in his pocket, but let's not jump to conclusion. Knows what he wants out of any player he buys. That is true, but does he really know what player he wants to get first? Like, we've gone for a lot of different players. Is this another player that just is on the interest FC? We thought Tuchel wanted Kunde until literally the last day. So I do not think we really want this player, guys. I'll be completely honest with you. Oh, he did say it. Fab says Chelsea interested internally of a new proposal for Anthony Gordon as opening bid has been rejected. Chelsea could try to include players as Frank Lampard wanted more than one Chelsea player this summer. Let me bring this up for you guys. Yeah, I'm seeing that now. I don't know. And guys, again, you guys are just throwing names in there. No, of course I didn't watch Anderson play in fucking Denmark for the Euros. No, I didn't watch Anderson play. All I'm saying is he had one good game, and now everyone's discussing him. Where was Anderson last week? Why didn't anyone discuss Anderson last week? No. Fuck out of here. Denmark. Well, I don't want to watch Christina play. Everyone's coming at me now because I didn't watch Gordon, and now I'm getting pressed because I didn't watch Anderson. It's the same thing, guys. None of you guys were discussing this player last week. None of you guys. Come on, guys. He's very, very good. Chelsea need to build a team for the future. Thought you would have learnt your lesson with the Lukaku signing. I don't know how that relates. Maybe Todd is looking at the future. Look at... Again, guys, enough of this Salah and De Bruyne stuff, guys. Salah, De Bruyne. I'm going to add Tamori to this now. Guys, Tappy. These players are performing well because they got the chance to play football at a club that suits them. They would have never been the player they were if they stayed at Chelsea. Salah would have never been a Chelsea player if he stayed at Chelsea. He would have never been that same player, right? He would have been a great player if he left. And what did he do? He left and went to Roma, and he got game time, and he played in a position that suited him. He just didn't fit Chelsea, guys. Enough with this, guys. If he stayed, he would have flopped. De Bruyne played 3 games for us, guys, and he wasn't good enough. So he left, and he developed in another team. That's how it works, guys. Development is the way that you produce a player. And you learn a lesson with Lukaku. I don't know how that works again, guys. But again, guys, Gordon as well. Gordon can be this top-notch quality signer. He can be the next Salah. He can be the next winger, guys. But we don't know. It's an if, guys. It's a risk. That's the thing, guys. We risk selling Salah. We risk selling De Bruyne. It's a risk buying any signing, guys. But I personally don't see Gordon as a suitable signing because of the stats he's proven and the games he's had. It just hasn't shown to me, guys, that he's a player that I would personally want. I never wanted Lukaku. I don't know this, guys. I never wanted Lukaku. Everyone knew I wanted Haaland, but when Lukaku joined, I tried to back him as much as I can. And as soon as he stuffed up, I was on his ass. But guys, this one, no one really wanted Lukaku. Like, no one, I don't know. I actually don't know one guy who wanted Lukaku. I don't really know anyone who wanted Lukaku. Everyone wanted Haaland. We got the Gavman in the house here. I think Tuchel's playing Gordan start right winger again, guys. Right wing back. He's not even a right wing back player. It's like we might as well just keep Loftus Cheek there. 45 million for a player who can't even play right wing back. Let's go for Torore. Let's go for Kyle Walker Peters. Christina or Gordan? Hey, you're putting me on the spot here. Christina or Gordan? Fuck. I'm just gonna skip that question. But you just didn't know who he was. I knew who he was. I knew who Anderson was, but no one came out and goes, "Oh, let's get this guy." Just after yesterday, I heard another guy on Twitter goes, "Oh, let's get Anderson." I'm like, buddy, I don't think you even knew who he was before yesterday's game. I knew Anderson. Of course, I knew Anderson. I remember he always used to have the creepy face on football, and I remember him at the Euros. He used to play next to Christina, but I never watched him. I never feel like, "Oh yeah, let's get this guy." But maybe he can improve. I don't know. I don't really care though. Why aren't you guys going for the pay? Because the pay, again, why are we going for him? I don't think Tuchel wants him. He prefers Aubameyang. Go for him. Um, let's refresh Twitter, guys. We're here for another 5 minutes, guys, to get your final questions before we do leave. I'm not sure how true this is, but Nizion says, bring this up for you. I'm not too sure how true this is. Take this with a grain of salt, but reports from Old Trafford considering offers from the club legend Ronaldo. Not too sure that you guys. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on this as well. Just saw his team, bro. He's gonna be a left wing back. Yeah, because he presses. I get it because he runs like a headless chicken. Send me a link to the heat map so I can just see it as well. But again, he can't, guys. Just because he can run doesn't mean he can play in left wing back, right wing back position, guys. The party's going to Juve probably. We're not going to spend like we used to. This transfer window is the big one. Don't be surprised. Next one. Okay, maybe we could say. Yeah, I don't think we're going to spend as much, but yeah. I think Cristiano would work very well in our system. My internet just cut out while annoying about instant. You can go back to it. Anderson, Christina, guys. Poor Anderson is up next to Christina at the Euros. Poor guy. Feel sorry for him actually. Thomas obviously sees a few attractive attributes in Gordan, such as pace, trickery, killing instinct, and bravery. The boy seems to fear nothing and no one. If you took away Gordan, you know who I would assume you're talking about? Richarlison. It's the same. It's the same player as Richarlison. It's you literally just described Richarlison right there, mate. You literally just described Richarlison. Let's get this back up. Yeah, Nuno's red card. Yeah, because Anderson had him in his pocket the whole game. What he adds to this team is energy and pace. We can't keep the slow build up. We've got used to. We also need a top striker to finish all the chances. Again, so do you want him right wing or right wing back? Because again, we got two different spectrums here. We got one fan base wants him as a right wing back, and one fans base want him as a right wing. So let me know where you want him, guys. We got 50 people in here, guys. Guys, get the 50 likes right now, guys. Subscribe if you're new. I'm ending in 2 minutes, guys. Be back Friday for another transfer news stream. There's only 15 more days until the window ends, guys. Only 15 more days. So, yeah, but I'll say again, final thoughts, guys, so that people just join. Anthony Gordan, 40 million, rejected by Everton. Everton not looking to sell him this summer. They want to keep him. They want to develop him, I guess. For me, not a player that I want. Not a player that we need at this very moment. Again, the guy could develop. It's an if, buts, and hows. It's a risk like every other signing. Whatever, I don't care. But 50 million for a player who has not proved himself and has no evidence explaining that he's worth 50 million is a player I would personally go for. I would use that 50 million, go buy an Ivan Toney, go buy Wilfred Zaha, go buy an Obama block that young, or go buy Cristiano Ronaldo. Be up to you, Joy D Boy. Be up to you, Nunes. Yeah, the Nunes red card. That was quite funny, actually. Not gonna lie. The guy thinks he's him, mate. The guy thinks he's some massive player. Darwin Núñez is no one special, guys. Darwin Núñez is the Uruguayan Anthony Gordon. It's just too much money. Too much. Not willing to spend it. Let's go for other options. Hopefully this deal passes over. Hopefully it's like another deal that just gets passed over soon. But let's see. Is anyone else live right now that we can send you guys over to? No one is live right now. That's all right. But yeah, guys, that's it for today's stream. Hope everyone did enjoy. Got 45 in here still. Smash the like buttons on your way out, guys. Let's get to 50 likes. Like. Subscribe. Like. Turn that bell on, guys. The notification bell must be on. If you guys don't have the notification bell on, you guys won't know when there is some breaking news. So make sure you have that on. We're going to leave you guys with the outro. And then we're going to dip, guys. So I appreciate everyone for joining. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
We did that. Big up.
All right, Matt wants to go on the full screen. Why do you want to go on the full screen, bro?
Because he wants to show us.
Right. I'm with you. So you guys, Kepa Arrizabalaga or Edouard Mendy? What do we